Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the United Star. And today we have Priyan Gupta with us. Priyan, we are going to sort of discuss and dissect what Manchester United's best 11 is. And I think the goalkeeper position is where we have to start, of course. And that such a position I thought was locked away by David De Gea and for the longest time in the season. But now he's again made a mistake that has cost us 2 points at Everton. Do you think it's time to bring Dean Henderson in as our permanent goalkeeper?
I don't think so. I think De Gea has done very well this season, and a lot of the flack that he's got is actually been misdirected towards him. It should have been towards Maguire and Lindelof messing up in the defense. So I think he has been at fault for some of the goals, but I don't think that's something that you have to drop him for. It's He's performed well enough for me to continue in the goal.
Also, what I feel is, Priyan, what goes under the radar is that Dean Henderson, in the few games he's played, he's also made his set of mistakes,
Sure, exactly.
right? So
Yeah.
he's also made his set of mistakes. So how do you sort of put that into perspective and take De Gea out? The other thing I was actually having an interesting conversation with my friend is that apart from probably a Ter Stegen or an Allison, not many people, and Neuer of course, not many people would improve David De Gea.
Yeah.
Signing somebody else would not really be an improvement. Maybe Jan
And
Oblak,
look at
sorry,
the
not even Ter Stegen.
and look at the mistakes Allison made last game. Two goals he just gave away.
Exactly.
So that happens.
Exactly.
You can have a one-off game.
Exactly. Exactly. Absolutely. So that is the point over here. The positions that I feel are sort of on lockdown right now are in the defense. Harry Maguire, I think, definitely nails his position down. I think as captain and as the defender, I think he has been the best defender at Man United easily
Yeah.
in terms of performance and in terms of consistency because not any other defender has not even been able to put that sort of performance up.
And most
Aaron Van
importantly, in
Bissaka,
terms of fitness, he's
yeah,
been there.
exactly.
He's like a rock.
Exactly. What I was referring to is that not many players have been able to even play for as long as Maguire has been able to play.
Yeah.
So Aaron Van Bissaka as well has locked his position down. Not because he's not made any mistakes. In my view, he's been quite poor in a lot of games, but because there's no realistic competition. Fosu Mensah has also gone now, and he was not realistic competition, and Brandon Williams is miles off it.
Yeah.
On left back, there is competition, and that competition has improved Luke Shaw to another level. And as I have said it repeatedly on the channel and to you as well, that I don't rate Alex Telles. He's a bang average player, whereas Luke Shaw is real quality. So the
Yeah.
position that it comes down to is that second centre back. Do you play Victor Lindelof there or Eric Bailly, considering both are 100% fit?
Yeah. I think if that's an important factor to consider, the fitness is very important here because we've seen Eric Bailly, and in the few games that he's played, he's looked very good, but he's not been fit for the longest time. He's been at the club for I think 4 years, 5 years now, but he's never had this sort of a period where he's played consistently in and out. So I think Maguire plays very well with a quick defender, with a pacey defender. When
Hmm.
Maguire doesn't have to be the one to cover up and run back, I think it allows United to play a higher line too. So I think in that sense, to partner Maguire, I think Bailly is a better option. But then again, fitness is a very important factor here, and considering that Bailly is never fit, I think Lindelof is the obvious replacement.
So, Priya, actually, I have a couple of different takes over here. So, the first thing is that Maguire and Lindelof were the second best defense in the Premier League in Europe last season, in all of Europe.
Yeah,
And suddenly, this season, there seems to be this entire talk about how they don't work together and this and that, all of that. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I think we can use a combination of both because I don't think you need a fixed centre back pairing anymore.
yeah,
I feel the
exactly.
likes of Man City, the likes of these teams, these bigger teams, they have three or four centre backs, at least three centre backs, whom they rotate depending on what game and which team they're playing.
Yeah,
So I genuinely believe that Victor Lindelof is a better defender to have against the big team because I think he's a better reader of the game. I think what he also doesn't have in him is a rash tackle. I think
yeah,
Bailly can be sent off in the first minute of a game against Man City, and then you're spending the rest of the game on the back foot. So I think Lindelof is better in that sense. He's more composed, and well, he's put in man of the match performances when he's played, and so has Bai. So I think they both are fighting for that second centre back spot, and I think they both should be given a chance depending on whom the opposition is. If there is a striker that's going to bully the defense, then maybe Bai is there, who's more important because his recovery runs are very good.
Yeah,
So I
I
think
agree.
I think that is the best way forward, because I think City also, while they found a combination in Stones and Diaz, they also at times rotate between their players and things like that. So
Yeah,
I think that could be an important factor. Let's move on to the midfield. Now again, I think Priyan, the midfield, I think you can almost break it down into big team versus small team. Don't you think?
yeah,
Because
for sure.
let's face it, Bruno Fernandes starts.
Of course.
Doesn't matter what game it is, doesn't matter what the occasion is, Bruno Fernandes starts. Now, how do you approach that midfield for a small game? Let's assume everyone's fit. So let's assume Pogba is fit as well, right? So then, is your best midfield with Pogba and Fred, or is it Pogba and McTominay, or is it Fred and McTominay, or is it playing all four in midfield with two strikers up front?
I think I'm not very comfortable with the two strikers with the game which we play. I don't think it works. It leaves them very isolated. So I think that's out of the question. And judging by the current form, I think Pogba has been phenomenal the last month. He's had great games. He scored important goals. So I think for me, he fits in directly. And to complement him, I would go for Matic, honestly, because uh, I feel he's a more a stable CDM compared to McTominay or Fred for that matter, because I feel he has the composure on the ball. And although and McTominay have been very good this season, I think as the lone central defensive midfielder, either of them, it's they're good when they're playing together, but when they're alone as the pivot, I think it's very I think they're not capable of handling it alone.
Interesting. So I personally am a huge fan of Matic, but I think Fred has done enough to convince me that he deserves to be a starter week in, week out. So the advantage here, of course, is that the number of games you got to have to rotate players, because McTominay has sort of added the knack of scoring an important goal to his game, at least this season and over the last season as well. I mean, he got that famous goal before lockdown started. So I think McTominay is adding that dimension to his game, which is very good for United. What I would do is I'd play a Fred and Pogba with Bruno in the smaller games, but in the bigger games, I would definitely go for the four, because I feel that our best attacking options are Pogba and Bruno. So when you play the four in midfield, that allows Fred and McTominay to become free, and that gives to hold the defense, and that becomes Pogba and Bruno can be freer, so they can play their more natural and create those attacking chances. Because I at this we will talk about the strikers, but at this current rate, Martial, Greenwood, and Rashford, I think, have big question marks on them, and I feel Pogba and Bruno in this current form they are in are our best attacking outlets. But just to delve deeper into the midfield, now that Pogba is gone, do you see McFred combination starting more often, or do you think Van de Beek might get a go in midfield?
Yeah, so I was discussing this with Sid actually the other day. Uh, I honestly feel that, see, obviously our CAM position is locked in. Bruno's not going anywhere, and touchwood, he remains fit. He's starting. That's a given. So I think Van de Beek playing in that role is he won't get too many chances, and we've seen he's not got the chances. I think since Pogba is injured, he has a better future at playing in the Pogba role, which Pogba is occupying right now. Now I know there may be difficulties because he may be not that great while we're defending, but I think he or Oli has to make sure that Van de Beek's game develops in that way that he can sort of track back and help in the defense also. Because again, like I said, I don't think he has a future in the CAM position. Maybe he can play there when needed, when Bruno is not fit or when Bruno has to be rested. But otherwise, I'd like to see Van de Beek play in the Pogba position.
Yeah, so I think Priyan, you make a very interesting point here. So the way I see Van de Beek working is then McTominay or Matic have to play the CDM role. Then Fred can't be in that role. You need a proper CDM.
CDM.
But I would rather play Fred and McTominay in that role, because I feel it adds more solidity. And again, like I said, I think Fred is sort of scapegoated at times, and he's the first one to be built. and I think he's shown enough. He's very underrated, and his work rate is magnificent. So I think he deserves a run in the team. And I feel McTominay also, if he's scoring the odd goal the way he has been, I think that gives us a lot of flexibility. So I'm expecting McTominay and Fred to start most of these important games when Pogba isn't there. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Donny in the odd one, especially in the Europa League game. I think he will be there.
Yeah.
Now let's move to the front three. Now this is a conundrum for me because I feel Martial has obviously been poor by every measure. Marcus Rashford has got the numbers, yeah. Marcus Rashford has got the numbers, but in my view, the performances haven't been there.
I
So,
agree.
what according to you is the front three?
Again, I mean, it's a very difficult pick because just because see Martial is obviously, like you said, he's not been good at all this season. Rashford, he's got the goals, but he misses sitters. I think he misses one every game or every other game. Like it's that often now. And initially I thought this was a phase, and maybe he's just maybe a little unfit or whatever it was. It's become a pattern now, and it's a little worrying. I think in the last game too, the one I forgot the game he played. He takes too much time on the ball when he's in the D. When
The
he has a
Everton game,
shot,
yes.
yeah, when he has a shot, he can take the shot. He'll try to cut in, make one more touch. I mean, I don't get that. I would rather him just finishing it into the top right. I don't want you to be cute. I want you to get the goal, and that is more important. And that cost us. His finishing cost us in that game. We drew the game. We should have pulled off when we were 2-1 up. We should have gone 3-1, 4-1, but they came back. So I think, yeah. But the other problem is that on the left wing we don't have any other option. I wouldn't trust Dan James obviously, and I think left wing he has to play. It's Marcus Rashford. And again, I mean, like he misses and he's not been that great, but then he gets the goal in the at the end. So I mean, that's fine. I think performances can improve, but the goals should keep coming. On the right, I'd still like to see Greenwood. I think he has that moment of magic in him that very few players all over the world have. He can get a goal out of nothing. He's been a little poor this season, but he's improved over the last month. He's got the goals in, and on the right, I like Greenwood. Up front, I don't think there's a debate. There shouldn't be a debate because Edinson Cavani is just a different league to Martial as a striker. His movement, I think that I don't remember the last goal which he scored, or I don't remember which one it was, but it's just when the right winger came on the wing, the entire defense line went along with they tracked him and they went along towards the goal, but he took a step back. It's those simple things, and these are the things that you expect from your number nine, and he just took a step back and he got the ball very easily. So it's just the small things, and I think Martial lacks this. He has to work a lot on his game to be the number nine for United. But yeah,
So
I'd
I think
see Cavani
Priyan
start.
out there, you I think said a very important thing. I think Cavani is a different league, and I think in any formation, I think Cavani starts. In my 4-4-2, I'd start with Cavani and Rashford for the precise reason that you said that if Rashford is being able to put the numbers when he's not been particularly good, you expect that he will come good at some point. So hopefully he does, and we'll see what happens. So I'd start that. My front three, my only concern is that I feel we're not consistent enough. I think Rashford's performance has also not been that great because sometimes when Martial plays, we throw Rashford to the right to accommodate Martial in the team. So that movement of positions is not giving Rashford a consistent sort of enough run on the left hand side, and that is affecting both Greenwood and him. With Cavani, I think something that Jimmy Floyd Hasselback had said, and if Hasselback, who's one of the greatest scorers, is saying it, it must be true for Martial. Martial and Cavani, he basically said that Martial cares more about how the goal looks than actually scoring the goal. It
Yeah.
almost seems like that at times. And when I heard that, it is actually very true because I don't remember many dirty goals Martial has scored. You can almost remember every goal that Martial scores. It's all spectacular. It's all beautiful. That even in the game where we won 9-0, the only goals I remember are the Martial goals because he takes the ball in from Bruno on the chest, he controls it, he hits the ball. So,
But
Martial has that ability to score goals that look extremely pretty, but like Hasselbeck said, he's almost too busy trying to make it look pretty rather than just scoring. And I feel Cavani does that. Cavani has the ability to just get the job done. It doesn't matter how it looks. His work rate, I feel, has been excellent. I was scared that he might not be able to put that work rate in, but he genuinely bullies the defenders because he doesn't have that physical ability. He's not very built like Lukaku or
Yeah,
Ibrahimovic or Diego Costa. He's not built, but he's got that. He bullies the defenders because what you said. He has this ability to make the run and then make the decoy run and then go somewhere else. He's very quick with that. And I feel it's almost as if at times he's making the run, and our team is not used to having a number nine doing that, so we don't find the pass.
yeah,
So I think that is what's interesting. The other thing is that I'm tired of seeing Mason Greenwood being pulled off, even though he's been the best of the front three, and yet he will be the first one to be pulled off. So I think Oli needs to give Greenwood a little more time and trust him to come good even in important games.
I agree. I think, yeah, it's perfect. Completely
Yeah.
agree.
So guys, this is what the best 11 we think against small teams is, which is David De Gea in goal, Eric Bailly with Harry Maguire as our centre backs, with uh, Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right and Luke Shaw on the left. The midfield would be a midfield three with Pogba, Fred, and Bruno. And if Pogba is injured, we think Van de Beek could fill in there with McTominay, or then Fred and McTominay would play. And the front three, Cavani, Greenwood, and Rashford. Against smaller teams, we'd revert to a 4-4-2 with sort of Victor Lindelof playing in defense, and a four midfield with Pogba, Bruno, McTominay, and Fred, and Donny van de Beek when Pogba isn't there, and a front two of Rashford and Cavani. Let us know what you guys think our best 11 is. Have we missed some players on the bench? Would you like to see Dan James get some more game time, considering that our left hand side has not been working, or on the right? Let us know what you think. Do subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our video. If you do like it, please click on the thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell icon to get daily notifications from the United Star. Follow us on Instagram at the.United Star, and we will see you soon.